The lungs of the earth are going to be given back to it, which is all these trees and all of these flowers, and it's going to be a whole total different vibration.
The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice in thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us.
Because the Lord is going to restore everything. You're going to have a total different vibration on the earth, a total different smell. You're not going to be walking down the street and smell shit and piss, and no foul odors or nothing like that, because the lungs of the earth are going to be given back to it, which is all these trees and all of these flowers, and it's going to be a whole total different vibration. You're going to see the aura and how things are going to change and how elevated things are going to be. Our senses are going to be heightened. Everything about us is going to be glorified.
The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice in thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, and what I want to get into this morning is dealing with, Israel needs the restoration promise. All right, Israel needs the restoration promise. All right, because as we come into these latter days, closer to the end, closer to us, being tried. All right, what we have to understand is that Satan, whether through Esau causing these men, to sell out, or just Satan, jumping on particular men directly. Okay. Well, the whole goal is to cause confusion, to cause doubt. All right, that's the purpose of false doctrine. Okay, it's to cause confusion and doubt. All these cunning words and all, trying to be crafty, saying this but meaning that and saying this and all this. But at the end of the day, all right, the serious-minded elect are going to be drawn to the truth. Okay, they're going to be rooted in Yahweh Shai going into these times. All right. And the beauty of Yahweh Shai represents a restoration for the people of Israel, a promised restoration. Okay. For his people. Okay. And harsh captivity for the rest. Okay. Just plain and simple. That's what it is. Okay. And going into these times confused is the worst thing. All right. Is the worst predicament to be in. going into a time where we need to be rooted and fully persuaded more than ever. All right. You're not fully, all right, understanding what you're a part of, what's going on. Okay. It's going to be vital. It's going to be fatal. Okay. So I want to go into a few things because there's a restoration promise for the Lord's people. Okay. And the remnant. Okay. The hopeful elect, those predestined, all right, from the beginning, okay, will be restored at the coming of Yahushua. Okay. And you look at the book of Daniel and you look at what's been done to our people, man. It's time for our people to be restored, man. Okay. Israel needs a restoration. Look at what's been done to us as a people. We need a restoration, man. Okay. You read Daniel 9 and 12. This is the NLT. It said, you have kept your word and done to us, all right, and our rulers exactly as you warned. Never has there been such a disaster as happened in Jerusalem. Okay, there's no nation that's been done like us, man. All right, the cruelty that's been done to us as a people. Okay, the trauma, the psychological damage and trauma, and physical damage. Okay, economically, you say mentally, what's been done to our people, man. Okay, it's time for a restoration, man. Okay, the hell with these other goddamn nations, man. You see, that's not even the thought, man. As a leader, okay, as a responsible ruler, you should look at your people and say, look, the emphasis is on them. These other nations, they got their thing going on under Esau. Okay, we're the tail. We're all right. The you know, the outcast in this system. Okay, Esau give you this illusion of occlusion, but the only niggas that so-called rise up in this system is niggas that's used, all right, and women that's used to destroy our people further, man. Okay, and it gives off this illusion that Jake is included within this thing. Nah, man, Jake not included, man. Never will be, never has been. And we don't want to be, as we understand what this kingdom is about, man. We want our own. Okay, and Yahushua is coming to restore. You see, so let's go here to the book of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. Now, we always read Jeremiah 30 and 16, but we're going to read down to the end of the chapter, you know, and jump around, you know, combining with Ezekiel 36, you know, because there's a lot of scriptures of comfort, you know, promise restoration in Ezekiel 36. So we'll jump around, you know, between the two Albaratazar. Now you go to Jeremiah 30 and 16. This is NLT. It said, but all who devour you will be devoured, and all your enemies will be sent into exile, and all who plunder you will be plundered, and all who attack you will be attacked. Okay, all that attack you will be attacked, man. Okay, just today, Thanksgiving, they're celebrating, okay, devouring our people, man. Gad, Reuben, okay, what they did to all the northern tribes over here, man, the conquistadors. Okay, you see, then they're celebrating. This is a national Edomite holiday, man. Okay, or their victory over the tribes, man, and you still got simple niggas celebrating it, man. Okay, but here it is. Esau's in his kingdom still celebrating and mocking, all right, the downfall, okay, of Israel, us being plundered. Okay, us being devoured and attacked, man, being a spoil. Okay, and then there's a lot of trauma that comes with that, man, being born into captivity generation after generation, man. Okay, then this nigga puts it in his movies, what's been done to us, man, just, you know, a portion of it. But it's all psychological, man, to keep Jake in that defeated, okay, slave mindset, man. Okay, well, see, he didn't account for the remnant. All right, as the remnant has been raised up. And see, now we have an expectation beyond this world, man. Okay, and them heathens ain't included in us being restored, man. Okay, while we're being restored, they're going to be being punished, man. Okay, a rigorous captivity. All right. Jeremiah 30:17, it says, I will give you back your health and heal your wounds, said the Lord, for you are called an outcast, Jerusalem, whom no one cares. None of these heathens give a damn about you right now. There's nothing being done by the heathen to restore you in any type of way. Okay? There's no foreign government on the planet Earth, okay, that has your interest in mind, your best interest in mind as a people. None of them. Okay? So here it is, we're promised to be restored by our power, and niggas are worried about other nations, man. All right? It shows a lot of Israelites, they don't have the mind for the next phase of this thing, man. Okay, as we've begun, being healed through this word, Yahweh Shai, he's going to continue to heal us, man. Until his coming, till we're perfected, man. It's time for us to get healed back to health, man. Okay, what our people are becoming in this society, man, this is a goddamn shame, man. This ain't it. Okay, it's time to get families back started, men being leaders and servants of Yahweh Shai, direct servants of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Women being in order, being wives and mothers according to righteousness, man. Children growing up in an environment where they win. Born winners, man. It's time to get back to that. Okay? Esau has our people operating on the lowest frequency you can operate as people, man. Okay? It's time for restoration, man. Verse 18 said, this is what the Lord says. When I bring Israel home again from captivity and restore their fortunes, okay? This is only for Israel, man. Israel is coming home. Salvation is about Israel coming home, man. All right? Anything outside there trying to add to this, some bullshit, man. Okay? Salvation is about Israel coming home and being restored, man. Being what we intended to be, man. Okay? It says, when I bring Israel home again from their captivity and restore their fortunes, Jerusalem will be rebuilt on its ruins and the palace reconstructed as before, man. Okay? So we're going home, man, and the Lord, all right, is getting ready to cause a war, all right, to put, okay, the land of Israel, okay, that place is going to be renovated through war, man. Okay? We're going to rebuild, all right, Jerusalem from the ground up, man, with the labor of these heathens, man. Okay? Heathens finna go through 1,000 years of hardcore labor, man. Hardcore labor. Okay? The hardcore labor we went through under this system, they finna go through their hardcore labor, man. With Esau getting the worst of it. Okay? There will be no heathen excluded from this hardcore labor, okay, of building our kingdom from the ground up. Okay? But Jerusalem is going to be rebuilt on these ruins. First, it starts with the people, all right, because we've this captivity put us in ruins as a people. But there's a remnant that the Lord promised that He will build up, as He will what? Rebuild. He will raise again the house of David, okay, and fix His ruins and close the breaches thereof. So we as a people, okay, are being built. All right, and when we go home, these heathens are going to actually build, okay, our palaces and the states, our infrastructure, man. Okay, just as we built theirs up, just as we're building theirs up until today. Okay, let's go here to Isaiah. All right, 61. Isaiah 61:4. It says, they will rebuild the ancient ruins, repairing cities destroyed long ago. They will revive them, though they have been deserted for many generations. Foreigners will be your servants. They will feed your flock and plow your fields and tend your vineyards, man. So this is going to be heathens doing this labor, man. Okay, and the whole land of Israel is going to be plush. And not just that little slither that them small hats in today, but their whole area promised to us, man, is going to be plush, man. We're going to build up all that land. All that's going to be built up, man. Right now, it's a lot of deserts, a lot of places that's deserted, and these raglass Edomite cities and Ishmaelite and these heathen cities, that's going to be this war to destroy all that, man. Okay? And that land is going to be cleansed. Okay, it's going to give back its strength. Okay, and the true people are going to be back in that land. All right, and you heathens going to be rounded up. Okay, and brought to our land for captivity, man, for hardcore bondage. To build up, it's going to start from Jerusalem and it's going to scale its way out, man. So they're going to build palaces on those ruins, man. It's time to go home, man. It's time to rule in righteousness, man. It's time to get the earth like it's supposed to be, man. And Israel is a nation to do that, man. Okay? And all these heathen, every last heathen need hardcore captivity, man. Okay? They need their hard chastening, man. And Esau has to be done away with, man. Okay? So let's go from there. Let's get this in Ezekiel 36, and then we'll jump back. All right, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and 1. It says, Son of man, prophesy to Israel's mountains. Okay, and this is talking to the people and the land, the land itself. Okay. It says, give them this message, O mountains of Israel. Hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Your enemies have taunted you, saying, aha, now the ancient heights belongs, all right, to us, man. Okay, and that's these people, these small hats that have our land. Because World War I and World War II, okay, was an opportunity for them devils to implant themselves in our land. All right, stage a hoax, okay, to get the world's sympathy. You see, with the German guy with the little mustache, okay, to get the world's sympathy. All right, and call themselves us, man. You see, the Balfour Declaration, okay, written to Rothschild to establish those small hats in their land, a Jewish state. Okay. It said, therefore, son of man, give the mountains of Israel this message from the sovereign Lord. Your enemies have attacked you from all directions, making you the property of many nations and the object, all right, of much mocking and slander. Okay. So here it is. These people have claimed our land, pretending to be us. But then they set up all this propaganda to demonize us, man. Okay, and then you look at our land now, okay, what they call the state of Israel, is linked, okay, with wickedness, man. Okay, Tel Aviv, genocide, okay, welfare case, okay. So now these devils have put themselves in our land, and now our land is associated with wickedness because of them niggas, man. Okay. Keep reading. It said, therefore, O mountains of Israel, hear the word of the sovereign Lord. He speaks to the hills and mountains, ravens and valleys, and ruined waste, long deserted cities that have been destroyed and mocked by surrounding nations, man. The city of constant war, mocked by surrounding nations. And these devils now, and they're in our land, okay? They made enemies, All they done is made enemies since they claimed to be us over there, man. Constant wars. Okay, and they're in a predicament now to where they're surrounded, okay, by hostile enemies, man. To the north, south, okay, to the east, okay, they're surrounded, okay. And then in this third world war, man, hey, these hostile nations gonna obliterate their place, man. Okay, then Yahweh Shah coming to obliterate them, all of them. Okay, but when this third world's war kicks off, those small hats, okay, they really lock up, okay, in the brawl for it all with Iran, okay, Russia gonna get involved, America gonna get involved, and it's gonna go bad for America and those small hats, man. That's who's gonna get the worst. That's geographically the two places that's gonna get the worst in this third world war is America is gonna get the absolutely worst. It's gonna be turned into a forever desert. Okay, and our land is gonna be cleansed with fire. Okay, it's gonna be completely depopulated of all heathen through war, man. Okay, because why? This is what the sovereign Lord says. My jealous anger burns against these nations, man, and his jealous anger is gonna burn out in war, especially Edom. Okay, my jealous anger burns out against these nations, especially Edom, because they have shown utter contempt for me by gleefully taking my land for themselves as a plunder, man. And this is war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay, and the Lord is finna end. Okay, this war with Amalek. Okay, now he's finna express his anger. Esau have I hated. We finna see that. The Lord hates Esau, man. Okay, and we are finna see that, all right, according to prophecy. Okay, and these devils taking their land and calling themselves us, man. That was an act of war. That was him waving his fist at the Most High. Okay, that's Esau. So I'm gonna bless myself. Okay, that was very disrespectful what that man has done. Okay, and the Lord's reaction, okay, is going to obliterate this man and put him in captivity, man. Okay, that's the narrative of what's going on here, man. If you're here trying to figure out if Edomites can make it and Edomites gonna be on the chair and they're gonna get dropped off in slavery, you don't know what the hell going on, man. Okay, you finna buckle in these times because you gonna be scratching your goddamn head. Okay, and Esau's getting ready to roll, kick those and robots, all right, and drones, and okay, all right. Ezekiel 36:6 says, therefore prophesy to the hills and mountains, the ravens and valleys of Israel. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I am furious that you have suffered shame before the surrounding nations. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I have taken a solemn oath that those nations will soon have their own shame to endure, man. Okay, because these heathens finna be conquered in war. And they finna be in captivity. They finna have their own shame to endure, man. We've endured the shame of being the outcast, of being the tail, of being the lowly, of being the trodden down. Okay, the have-nots. Okay, the less than's. You see, we've endured that shame. Now they finna have to deal with that shame of captivity, man. All of them. Okay? But see, for Israel, we finna be in a different case. We finna be restored, man. We done been beat to a pulp as a people, man. Till you look at Jake and you just sigh. You look at the nigga woman, you just sigh. All this back and forth, the gender war between the man and the woman, and this, and it's to the point now we need a restoration, man. Okay? You know, all this pointing this out and this points to be made, you know. You can go on and forever. And because in this predicament, the woman only gonna get worse. It ain't like the woman being restored by all this arguing. It's like I say, we watch certain things, and I don't watch them nowhere near as much as I used to. But now it's time for true restoration, man. The serious minded believers, hey, it's time to be restored, man. We finna get back to it in righteousness, man. That's the solution. Now it's time to lean into the solution, man. Okay? Certain things have been put out, because it's good for, brothers to peep game, dealing with, the woman, and how they move and what's been, understanding what's been done to them, and just understand what you're dealing with. It's good to know that. Okay? But overall, it's time for a restoration, man. As we learn about, the system, more coming out about the food, man, and, everything's a scam, and, it's like, God damn. The college and the whole system just a big scam, marriage, and all of it just a scam. It's time for a righteous setup, man. And the people that's been, all right, hammered by this system to be restored, man. Okay, to be built back up in righteousness. Verse 8 said, but the mountains of Israel will produce heavy crops of fruit for my people. Okay? The Lord finna deck the earth out for us, man. The Lord finna put the earth in order for the sake of his people. And his people going to maintain their order forever, man. You're getting with your house shot in the first fruits. For they will be coming home again soon. See, I care about you, and I will pay attention to you. Your ground will be plowed, and your crops, planted. And we read by who? In Isaiah. All right, 61:4. Let's read that again. Just a link. Okay, just to drive home the understanding who's going to plant, who's going to maintain our vineyards. Okay, Isaiah 61:5 said, foreigners will be your servants. They will feed your flocks and plow your fields and tend your vineyards. Okay, so as we finna get a blessing and increase in these things and true wealth, true substance, this goes back to the blessing. All right, of wine and corn. This goes back to that blessing, man, to where we're going to be have abundance and resources, true wealth. Okay, not gonna have to check a bank account. You're not gonna go to a grocery store. You're not gonna go to the liquor store. You're not gonna shop for clothes. Okay, you're gonna have the resources, everything, all the material you need for clothing is going to be on your estates. Anything you can think of to eat is going to be on your estates. Okay, or it can be gotten for you. Your service can make it happen. Okay, whatever you want to drink, we're gonna have the wisdom. We're gonna know how to make strong drink, wine, all these things, man. Okay, a new way of existing, man. Okay, so for they will be coming home again soon. All right, the true people, Israel. See, I care about you, and I will pay attention to you. Your ground will be plowed and your crops planted. Okay, I will greatly increase the population of Israel, man. Okay, getting righteous families. Women getting back in their order. Women need to be restored. They need to get back to their purpose and their order and righteousness, man. This is what it's time for. Okay, the children that we have born in the best situation possible, man. Okay, no more this backwards ass baby mamas and baby daddies and children, just random children popping up and damn, I'm pregnant. Damn, she pregnant. Damn. Just a nation of people doing all this random hunching and then be still surprised of getting pregnant. It's like, it's tacky, man. No plans. 2 people getting pregnant with no car. No, nothing is planned out. Just hunching in this society, man. Okay? Then they're born into an environment where, drugged out, thugged out, thought it out, just born into the worst predicament ever. Plus a system ran by Esau. Okay, man, it's time for something else, man. Okay, it's time for the Lord, okay, to restore righteousness in the earth, man. Restore health to his people. Okay, to get the earth itself, before as the heathen are being punished in their captivity, man, we're gonna be getting the earth together, man. The ecosystem needs to be healed. All right. Well, I think about the ecosystem, the animals, the trees, and the plants before I think about some goddamn heathen, man. Okay, the air, the water, these things need to be restored. Okay, and our wisdom and the heathen labor is going to do that. You see, and it says, "I will increase not only the people but also your animals, O mountains of Israel. I will bring people to live on you once again. I will make you even more prosperous than you were before. Then you will know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, man." So the Lord is getting ready to do good to his people, man. Okay, we're going to be more prosperous than even our golden age, going back to the time of King David and King Solomon, man. Okay, we're finna get back to our golden age, man. Okay, in a much glorified state, except this time we're gonna be immortal. It's gonna be in a much glorified form. Okay, so the Lord's finna increase us in every way, man, in people and livestock. Okay, which is a food supply. Okay, O mountains of Israel, I will bring people to live on you once again. Okay. And I will make you even more prosperous than you were before. Then you will know that I am the Lord, man. And it's going to be the Lord making a statement. Okay. So let's go back to Isaiah. And the Lord doing all this is going to show that he is, and he's going to make a major separation between his people. It's going to be a major separation. You see, that bullshit them niggas teaching like we just going to be a little jot above the heathen. We're just gonna be one tier above the heat. Nah, man, it's gonna be a major separation, man. Man, it's gonna. You can't even explain that great Gulf fix, man. It's gonna be a major separation between, all right, Israel and these heathens, man. That's a low self-esteem doctrine that them niggas pushing, man. All right, and it's customized for low self-esteem. Okay, slave mentality Israelites, man. Okay, you offended at greatness. All right, you offended of the greatness of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah and what he has in store for his people, man. Okay, Jeremiah 30:18. Read on, said, "This is what the Lord says: when I bring Israel home again from captivity and restore their fortunes, Jerusalem will be rebuilt on its ruin, and the palace reconstructed as before. They will be songs and joy. All right, there will be joy and songs of thanksgiving, and I will multiply my people, not diminish them. I will honor them, not despise them." Man, this is isolated for one people that he's restoring, man. Okay, this is one people. Jeremiah 30:20 says, "Their children will prosper as they did long ago. I will establish them as a nation before me, and I will punish anyone who hurts them." Man, and this is everlasting salvation. Okay, this is the salvation, man. The heathens will not be under this. They will have no part in this, man. Okay, they're going to get the crumbs of our blessings. After that 1,000 years, they're going to be prosperous off the crumbs of our blessings, man. Okay, it said they will have their own ruler again. Okay, Yahweh Shai. Okay, and he will come from, all right, he will come from their own people, which he came from what? The lineage okay, of David, okay, the line of David, of Judah, okay. I will invite him to approach me, says the Lord, for who would dare come unless invited? So Yahweh Shai, okay, it was him that's reserved for that place of honor at the right hand of the Father, to receive all these blessings. And this is what he's coming back to the earth to establish the blessing he's received from the Father, man. Okay? Because it said, I will invite him to approach me, says the Lord, for who would dare to come unless invited, man, because there's no one that's familiar with the Father like Yahweh Shai. Okay, and then you go back to Daniel 7 and 13. Yahweh Shai was what? He was brought back to the Father, okay, to receive the blessing that Israel is getting ready to come into. This is what we're going to be joint heirs of. Okay, when you read, all right, Daniel 7 and 13, it says, I'll read this in KJV. All right, Daniel 7 and 13, it says, I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, came with the clouds of heaven, a chariot, and came to the Ancient of Days, the Heavenly Father, the Most High. And they brought him near before him. He approached. And this was after, okay, the resurrection. You see, and he had completed the mission. He was well pleasing to the Father, and he was brought back, okay, to the Father, man. He had completed his assignment. And therefore, all right, and there was given him dominion and his glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Okay? So when he was brought to the Heavenly Father, this is what he was given. And this is what he's bringing back to the earth, all right, to restore his people, this everlasting dominion, glory, all right, immortality, man. And all these nations are going to be forever subjugated to that, man. And it's going to begin with 1,000 years of rigorous captivity, man. Okay? 1,000 years of rigorous, hardcore punishment, man, for what these heathens have done and being, all right, in alliance with Esau. Okay, and rebelling against the Most High. These heathens are guilty of rebelling against our power. All of them, man. Every last one of them. They're guilty of rebelling against Yahweh Bashim Al Shai and league with Esau, man. Okay? Just as we all went into captivity, all these heathens finna go into captivity. They finna be punished, man. Okay? So let's go. Let's keep reading Jeremiah 30. All right, and 22 it says, "And ye, all right, shall be my people, and I will be your power." Okay, and the Lord's gonna make that known through how He blesses us, man. Okay, this is gonna be how the Lord is gonna bless us. This is gonna be a witness in the earth. Okay, behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked, man. It's the chariots, man. Okay, the chariot's gonna go forth, man. It's gonna wreak havoc on these heathens, man. 2/3 gonna get caught up in it. Okay, and the heathen, these chariots gonna wreak havoc on the heathen, beginning with Esau, Edom, the wicked. It said, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, until he have performed the intents of his heart, which is his mind. In the latter days, ye shall consider it, man. So the Lord has fierce anger for the heathen, man, beginning with Esau. Every last one of them, man. Okay, and the destruction of this current system. Okay, this beast system, and all right, this devil is rolling out a new world order. All that shit gonna be destroyed, man. Eradicated from the earth, and all these heathens going to captivity. See, that's the beginning. The destruction Okay, of World War III, Yahweh Shai and the angels, that's the beginning of the Lord's fierce anger. He's gonna be pissed at these heathens for a while. Look how long he was pissed at us. Okay, he's gonna be pissed at these heathens, beginning with Esau for a time, man. Okay, and the anger is gonna be on us to execute that judgment in the earth. Okay, and then 1,000 years is gonna be 1,000 years of rigorous, okay, gruesome captivity, man. It's gonna be a major difference, man. Ain't no heathen gonna that first 1,000 years. Ain't no heathen gonna be chilling. You know, and no heathen gonna be excluded. And, nah, Esau and all of them finna do hardcore bondage, man. Okay, few of they women, the top 1%. Okay, point, 0.003%, of the best of their best, what they call it creme de la creme, okay, of their women, okay, will be blessed with, domestic labor around the palace, man. But hey, the heathen, they finna go to work, man. Okay, the heathen men and women and child finna go to work. Okay, so let's go here to Ezekiel 36. Some more. I'm jump down. The whole chapter is good. Okay, but I'm gonna hit the main points. All right, we jump down to 33. Okay, and this is us getting these new bodies, man. Ezekiel 36 and 33 said, "Thus said the Lord power, in the day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities," us getting the new bodies, man. "I will cause you to dwell in the cities, and the waste, all right, shall be builded, and the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolate in the sight, all right, of all that pass by it," man. So we're gonna make use of all of that land. That land is gonna go back to being plush, man. Okay, ain't gonna be no deserted areas. No, all that land, okay, is gonna be plush, man. There's a lot of land that's being wasted over there because it's not giving forth its strength. The land is in mourning. But when the true people come back, that land is gonna plush out. Okay, and we're gonna make use of all that land, man. Okay, and it says, all they said, and they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden. This is us getting back. Okay, Yahweh Shai fixed everything on the cross to where now we're getting back to the status of Eden. Okay, it doesn't go into details about Eden, but they was living hundreds of years. So what was that? Okay, what was that like? Okay, and our glory is even going to be greater than going back to Eden. You see, the land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and the desolate and ruined cities are become fenced. All right, and are inhabited, man, decked out. We finna deck out the Garden of Eden, man. Oh man, and this is for Israel, man. This is for us. We need this. Israel needs this, man. Okay, then the heathen that are left round about, you shall know that I'm the Lord. All right, that I, the Lord, build the ruined places and plant that was desolate. I, the Lord, have spoken it and will do it. Okay, the Lord finna do this, man. Okay, this is what we need. This is what Israel needs, man. Okay, all this back and forth arguing, and nah, man. Israel needs the restoration promise, man. This is what we coming into. Okay, so Lord will, you brothers and you sisters edify once again. I'm gonna give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. And double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully, shalom.